Good morning, everyone. This is Jeff Arcoss. Welcome again to the daily webinar. Today we are Thursday, the 19th of December 2019. Remind you, this webinar is not meant to be a financial advice. This is only a presentation education. And so please consider terms and conditions before you continue. Send when you're receiving this recording. As well, thank God for another day into my life, and I pray His blessings today. In Jesus' name, amen. So, just there we are. All right. So 10:30 we got today unemployment change on the 19th. So in half an hour, Australia is sort of weak at the moment. Yen has monetary policy. The pound has retail sales. The pound as well. At the moment, we have bank rates both, and we'll see anyway how that affect today. So that is for today. And after midnight, I don't think this is gonna happen much. And there we are. So there we are. So okay. So doing that, I going to close this one and looked at yesterday. So we're still looking Australian yen. So that's continuing in his. Actually, I should have just opened that one there. So Australian yen. So it looks to me that now we are here. The market really has come down very heavy. So if we look in Australian yen, um, yeah, that's on the weekly. So the weekly hasn't done really much from the weekly perspective. So it was a good week, but there we are. So didn't make money, did not lose money either. Canadian yen, let's look from here. So that was a week. So that's continuous. So that should be fine. What it was. And yep, so it went through. So we say we can move our stop loss. So definitely we can move our stop loss. I believe, always a distance from that's a good thing like that. And there we are. So that's quite good. So yeah. So that's it. We're going back to the daily. So our risk is now quite nice, 50 pips against 570 or against 230. So whichever is first. Remember we did that one there. And actually, I can do this. Yeah. So the other one we did have this week, Euro Yen. Well, seems like nothing is moving on the Euro Yen. We did have that, and yeah. So what can we say over here? It's just Thursday matter. Not tomorrow will make a difference, but that's what it is. Pound New Zealand. I don't think it's nothing in Pound New Zealand. Um, so there it is. So once it's on the other side, I think by that time, and that's the benefit of the weekly candle close indicator. All right. So this is when we need to find that there. One thing as well, what I actually I'm going to when we have a turning point into those trades, like something like this. The market is coming, coming, coming. Let's see from here. Um, so the market is, is coming, coming down, down. Sunday this week is pulling up. Maybe we think, okay, we can be looking now to go long, but there is here the chance that we actually can have the first, right away. I would not prefer to do there, but I would be happy to pick here because right in this day, if we're looking, where did sounds come from? If we're looking there and looking here, we're going to the daily. Uh, from there, that would be the day that I can say, now this is a continuation because of that. So, so when we come back to the weekly here, I would be happy to take these, weekly candle close retracements or somehow or something like that. When the market breaks over here and we have that, now because we were waiting for the weekly to show up, maybe to add a position from the existing, and we have this, I would be very happy to at that point use my technique of oh my goodness, can you see that there? And when we come to the daily, look from here, we're looking until bang, the market displays beautiful, and then we can took the trade from then. Actually was the whole week scenario over there. So, for example, here is another one, that the market is definitely is coming back, to a support or resistance, but we don't know really when this support or resistance is going to happen. So we are right over there, and when we're looking again over there, comes to the daily, look, the data actually is quite well displayed that before even the weekly breaks, because this is what now is a continuation. And same, maybe we would be continue looking over here, because that's what we are. We don't know is it's going to turn around from there, but one thing for sure we can know is that right over here we can come again to the daily, and then looking for that magic date if the index meter present us, which is, you know, maybe didn't go through, but look how many opportunities we have right over there. What I don't want to be looking is right over there to try to look for shorts over there. So I want to get the retracements, yes, and then get that get those ones there. Okay, so that's the only comment over here I would have. So this one next week is going to be the first week that turns around. It looks to me quite interesting, as yesterday I showed to people, and yeah. So then we have Australian US, and we have a news very soon with Australian US. And as we see now, I like what it is, as we say here. For example, if we're looking at the market, definitely is breaking from there. We got a nice support from here. We're looking, even that was the last close. My fingers are not working. Okay, um, there. So look what is hidden there, hidden back over here. So we got a quite interesting. The market comes now next week. Maybe when that finish over there, we will have that one. So the first trading day um, could be, and look where we are, and a support. So a good day next week could actually, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, and that would be a perfect day for entry these trades from here. Okay, so that's that's a very simple approach to the market, and we can play with those ones up here over there. So this one's going okay, so no problem. So we will see what actually is happening, but so far is nothing is happened today. Then we did have the U.S. Canadian, and a U.S. Canadian it was there. So we're looking now. This one's it's definitely is coming in the direction down. Was over there last when was I going to stop out? Last week, this week, don't remember now that. But at the moment it's breaking down from where it is, and that it is US Canadian, US Canadian. There you are. So there we are. So now we can move that one over here, and we can maybe go to the daily, and we say here, maybe we can see that target over there. That looks to me quite a strong. There, let me change the color of that. Okay, so that's a nice break. The market comes. So if I look the next some kind of that, the market is being, bouncing and bouncing and bouncing and bouncing from here. We can see a line very strong. So definitely we can take that leg for the Fibonacci calculation, which would be a huge calculations from here. The other way around. I need to fix that one day. No. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is just going too big. There. So we say that that we prefer that with the 250 pip level it is, and yeah. So that should be fine. From there to there is 50 pips, and that's where we get in the target. So ABC cutting up. So that's not too bad for the moment to where it is. So there we are. So with no problems, the U.S. Canadian this week it was telling us, that we're looking there to go short at the beginning of the week. That's the setup, and that was what we have over here. So that is responding quite okay. And the last one was the US Swiss. US Swiss is here, US Swiss is over there. And if we're looking there, it's been playing a lot. Not really. That's the beginning of the week. So there you are. Just there. That I think that could be the only place we can leave with that one there. Well, we have no losses this week so far. Some didn't go the direction, but the other ones did. So we are in the good side. Tomorrow I will not have the webinar in the morning. Maybe late in the afternoon. Double check how things going, and then I um I going to a funeral. A dear brother from church who came, who I ministered him on the 11th of December. Wake up, went to see his wife, and his wife was dead. Apparently, she has a stroke while she was sleeping and passed away in her bed. Slept and never opened her eyes. And that's, I believe, is a beautiful way of say goodbye as well. If we're looking at the end of the day, but yeah, it's a very terrible event at the moment that is facing the family and everyone around there. Okay, so I'm going to the funeral tomorrow. They asked me to be one of the pallbearers because I became actually who introduced them to church and to God, to them, this family. Now she's passing away. As well, Keynes, we've been hit yesterday, this week, 2 days ago, with the news. Two teenagers, one from my son's Emmanuel school, got yeah, just car accident, hit the electrical post, which it affect Ergon energy for the next 2 days. That's what I couldn't have yesterday webinar. And when the people came try to rescue, the car just blow away. And yeah, unfortunately, they both die very young, 16, 17 years old. Garrett, and so the school is in mourning. So yeah, when you are young, sometimes you not think it properly over there. Anyway, so this is what we have for today, and let's have a look now. Just a little bit of what I was saying before. I think oh no, I don't have here the other one. Where could it be? Where could it be? I think it's this one here. But the only problem that I cannot go to back. So I'm just going to, um, as what I was saying at the beginning of the webinar, um, sometimes we have uh, 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 um, let's have a look from here. No. Um, all right. So that's the Canadian yen, and it seems like a Canadian yen are no having a short wave terms into the market over here. But if we're looking just specific from the weekly candle close directions, so this week we're looking to go long. So when we face the first week to trade, I believe this is my entry and this is my stop loss. The Donchen 4 hours would enters over there. As the market goes, you move your stop loss, and that's it. I don't think so. This one now, the market was maybe that's why it was over there. So that's the beginning of the week. As well, all depending, what the index meter this week it was telling us Canadian is in the top, so that's why we were looking to trade over there because of that. Now, if we're looking, continue looking the weekly candle close strategy along, normally you have to move one. If we're looking thereafter, of course, like I said, normally it's better if we wait for a little bit. We try to look below to that level to go short and nothing happened. We look in the next level to go long over here. That's the beginning of that. And again, always is good idea to wait for a few hours before we do, because Monday morning is always the tricky part. So that's what I recommended, to wait for that to avoid over there. That looks to me the first week, and the market just went right up until that level. I think that would be a safe there, and there we are. So first week. So we're looking, that's the Monday. Normally it's one day that I have to move. And from there, anywhere around here would be an entry, and that's it. That's the first week. We're looking there. Nothing happened. And so on as the market perform over there. Now, before I was saying where was an example? So that's the first week. We always move one. So, and from here, being the first week, actually after that day, weekly up, day up, and that's when things really running from there. From that point, never show up a candle that it was telling us we're going up, so we focus on the direction of the of, of where we we try to look at it from there. All right. Now, now this is interesting. This week over there, if we're looking over here, so that's what before I was saying. There are gonna be moments when we're looking, some kind of um, this week, looks quite bearish. But if we're looking from there that day, so before the weekend actually finishes, that could be a retracement after the market breaks a perfect ABC when we find the day with the index meter in place. For example, another this is now the continuation, all right, and that's the beginning of that. So if we look in that as the first week that turns around, we put it over there and maybe break even. But on the continuation, it got over there, as the market provides us from there. That's the first week. So we're not using trend lines. That's what I'm gonna say. When we are in support and resistance level, we only waiting for the weekly candle close to tell us what is going on. All right. So one of the rules is that right over here we're waiting for the first week over there, and from there the E8 has to be activated. So regardless on anything. When we use trend lines on the weekly candle close is when we have a retracement like this one. So if we tied up this one over there and we say that's a retracement, it didn't show up properly somewhere over here. And here we can see that that maybe for me it could be an add position into the existing position. And the beginning was quite good, so I did not have any hesitation that this is not maybe possible a good example. So let's have a look another Canadian, because Canadian is the one that is running. So there it is. So the beginning Euro Canadian was right over there. Canadian is very stronger, the euro is the weaker, and then we have the first week that turns around. Just even without E8 or anything, just like that, put the trade and then let that thing run without any problem. So this one are not the one I'm looking for to say when we're gonna be using trend lines and when we not. So let's look another one over here, pound Canadian. That's the one maybe. Um, Now we're looking pound Canadian is coming. You see here, what I don't want to look over here is trend lines and said, okay, I want to trade the breakout over there, because you never know this. It could be only a retracement. So we really would guess, yes, we are in resistance. Yes, yesterday we could have pound was weak over there and perfect, there, but that's not what I'm wanting. When I want to be using is that, for example, I follow these, and this is the first week that turns around. All right, so that's definitely it is. I'm looking for there. I'm not actually looking the trend line. I'm just looking the weekly. If the index meter is telling me here the weekly is quite good, there we go. But then what I want to do is on these retracements scenarios over here. And if I place my trend lines over here and back again over there, and I put it over there, suddenly from here I can be looking. Now I can be looking my trend line because the market is already moving out of over there. All right. So now we know normally that over here. So I don't want to be looking from here a trend line over there, because the market is already moving in one direction. We have wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, and wave 4 is it goes over there. But on here, on right over there, I want to be start looking, okay, what are the chances I have to draw trend lines over here, and so I go over there, I go the weekly high, weekly low, there maybe doesn't line up properly, maybe that. and we got a support line over there, and we got there. That would be for me a beautiful day to trade the retracement. Now I want to be using the trend line, okay, because the market is already moving in one direction and here, okay. So I have moving over there. Now the weekly candle close maybe will tell me over here, that this is definitely a move down from the market over there. But as I'm walking through the week and I'm looking this, I can actually as well say this could be, a retracement because the market has come placed into a level of support which was resisting and now is supporting. We have a daily in place. Now, if as well we look in that daily, the 3rd of October, I don't think so. We are too far from that. October 7. So 7 is over here. So September uh, September has 31st. So the first, second, oh, the third. Why is so 4th of October actually it was Monday. That's yeah, because we got to move one day up. So I got it. Went back to December, September. So Tuesday was the first, the second, the third was Thursday. Okay, so the 30 was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So that's the 3rd of September. No, that's September. We're looking October. Sorry, the October. And we're looking the pound Canadian. So we're looking the pound over here and the Canadian over there. And at that point of time, we look in the index. The pound was down. The Canadian was down. So should I trade or no this retracement to the support level? And if I see this, maybe I would say, hang on over there. But what happened through that is that we did have that, and we have that on the 11th of October. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of October. There. So on the 11th of October, the pound shoot up. Canadian went down. So I don't know what's going to happen next day. I just take the decision right there and Friday, and we have a beautiful setup. The market has come down, come over here, and hits the mark from there. Okay, so that's quite good and clear over there. Now, following our trace, we got another week that, now look what is doing up and down. So is this the weekly candle close strategy to turn things around? Now, I'm not too sure at that week on the 27th of October whether what the pound was telling me over there, which is somewhere over here. 28 is one more day down. So on the 28th, we got that, but we got this, which is telling me that, remember before we were saying, should we combine, so when I see this, I cannot consider that as a weekly candle close reverse direction, but it's a weekly candle close reversal because it's just reversing from there. And very easily from there, only gonna wait the day that it breaks up. So in the 30, 28, 29.30. So look in the Canadian, and there we are. So the Canadian was about to turn around, but the numbers are still 7. This is 5, and don't know. Could be a good indication or no. Then we have another week over here on the 17th, over there. That would be the one. But as we're looking, and again, the market retrace from there, and we're looking here and there. That date on the 12th of November, I think it is, or not November. Oh, 11 and the 12th would be over there. The pound still on his way up, and the Canadian has come down that week over there. Okay, so we're looking, and again, the correlation of that, and this is definitely continue pulling up and going in the direction that we have. Then we have another week over there on the 24th, which would be around over here. Now the pound is dropping 1 point, come back, dropping another point, come back. We have that in that incredible. There it is, the 25th of November over there, and you know, plus we look in the Canadian is collapsing really. Is the Canadian has power to drive the pound down. It doesn't look as I see over here. But one thing for sure, it looks over there that once I got the lines and I'm looking that break, solid break from there, which is the 3rd of December, which is right over there. Look over there. The Canadian is down, the pound is up, the weekly now is in a direction, and that it is the big run. So yeah. Now we were saying yesterday that if you were not in the webinar about what is happening with the pound crosses at the moment, and all the pound crosses, we do have a quite interesting resistance level. So that could be our Christmas run for the pound. So in the pound indicator now is coming on his way down. There we are. So the pound indicator is coming his way down, ready to there, and that it is for the next week. So we got to be now next week is Christmas, and I don't know how they're gonna react this. So we might only have a Monday webinar, and then 24th and 25th. And that might be a Thursday. I'm not going anywhere anyway, so maybe we can have that the webinar, quick webinars anyway for everyone. And yeah, so that it is quite cool thing over there. All right. Then we have the pound yen in the same. If we're looking at that, all right. And if we're looking, that was my last break, and voila, are we in a nice, sort of kind of level over there. So next week is going to be quite interesting. The euro pound, if we look in that with the euro pound, look where it's actually sitting. Support, 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 support. Are we turning around with the euro pound? And then maybe we have that target. So the pound crosses might give us some good things here. All right. We're looking at the pound Australia. Now this one The only thing yesterday we were looking here, it was this beautiful line over there, isn't it? So the amount of times the market has come here, down, down, went through, down, 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 and bingo, down. So is that some kind of good news over there? All right, for the next week. And yeah, so possible, but not too sure. Pound Canadian, let's remove all of this. And if we look in the break of every swing high has his breakout point, and we look in the breakout point intersection, and there we are. So I reckon, Richard, it's good opportunities for the pound. So let's get ready. That could be a nice run. I'm going to be myself prepared for it. And yeah, so that's the pound Canadian. That's where we are. Pound New Zealand. This is an easy one. Look over there. So quite interesting, that one there. And the last one, pound Swiss. We'll do the same. Every swing high has his breakout point. There we are. Very simple, but this is what the market is giving to us. Okay. So there we are. Okay. So this, like I said, one of the things that yeah, I know that the Brexit has moved that, but let's have a look. What I'm really gonna be waiting for the Richard is an golden candle setup. So I'm gonna let that one run. Let it come back and let me prove if with the index mean on the daily, and then I will be jumping in all of them. So anyway, all right. So this is for today. I think apart from if we follow it's very simple stuff. What happened this week and what happened. Look, if we just pick one index alone, I think we can, really make, things run very nice. For example, that's the 14th of October. And if we look in the 14th September, there it is, the 14th of October. Pound Swiss is over here, and this thing doesn't do that. So 13 and the 14th of October it was over here. And from that on, we're looking, all this nice run that the pound has have. Pound New Zealand, not much. Pound Canadian, beautiful run. Pound Australia, excellent run. Euro pound definitely was a good run. Pound yen, good run too. And pound US, good run too. Because from there the market was very strong all the time. Now we're looking in here that 30th of September, which will be here. Pound Swiss, pound US. There it is, 30th of September. It's right over there, and we look in the pound for 1 week only because the following week it retrace. So that's the retracement we see over there, and the pound yen. So that's it's not bad as well. Just few pips getting hit in there. until things are rocking. Euro pound, that was not much the point, but it's still going quite okay. Pound Australia didn't show up in that time. Pound Canadian possible there. That's the one. That's the 30 there. In pound New Zealand, 1 week. Pound Swiss, another week, and that's it. Then, so from here to there, as we're looking over here, is it was up, up, up. So there's nothing that we can say. But here is where we can see it. Oh, that's there. So right on the 8th, 19th of August, which is right over there, the the pound has recovered from, because here 0, 0, and then 2, 1 or 2. So it went up. So, and here I want to see, yep, this is a solitary up. Could come down, could be no. But that was from that point, it was a beginning of a good, healthy run. There it is, pound New Zealand, pound Canadian, pound Australia, euro pound, oh goodness, pound yen, and pound US. So one single index can really makes a difference, no matter what. I think if we pick the pound, should we have enough esteem for the drivers over there. All right, and how can the index be high for the GBP and the GBP is heading down? Do you think the GBP is a pullback or the could be a pullback at the moment? The last 2 days we have 1 to 3 days. Um, that could, like I said, if we look into the short term here, right over here, we don't have something like this one, double top. We only have a long historical rejection point resistance, but we don't have none of the pound crosses as something closer. As you see, this is a bit far. This could be just a retracement and then bouncing back. So that could be, one way to look in the euro pound. You see that's we have a quite distance, very, very long distance there. So we have to treat that as both, I believe so, according to the combination of next week. But if we say, no, I want in zone support and resistance like this one, for example, Richard, that is better, isn't it? Then you don't rely on something that happened, 10 years ago. You have something that happened not long ago, like this one over here. So the market comes, that's at the moment all of this has a solitary, um, sort of kind, as you see, this very easily can be just a mere retracement to this level over there. All right, so it's going to be very tricky there. So as you see, we don't have nothing at the moment. The only thing we see over here, the market is doing higher highs and higher lows. The market is breaking over there, is breaking over here, is breaking over there, and that's all we have at the moment. So possible there. And every time the market comes over there, it bounces back over there, and comes over here close to that one, and it bounce back. So this one just can be to the next move up. All right. So all the weeklies that we see, but what would be good to see here, is if the market comes over there, look at daily. Now, keeping in mind, if the daily fell, All right, then we have a perfect ABC. That's what I mean. Is at the moment, and this kind of weeklies over there, it would be better to wait for a perfect A, B, and C. All right. So, so yeah. Well, 45 minutes. That's gone. Yeah, we need to wait for the confirmation. Really, it's especially being the end of the year, things can slow down a little bit. All right. Never mind. I will give you a ring, Richard, after the webinar, and with the rest who receive the webinar, we see you on Monday. As I said, tomorrow I will manage to send the index meter, and then after that I have to go to the funeral. I'm very emotional about, and yeah, I don't know. An event like that happened to me. I don't know what would I be. All right, take care of yourself. Cheers, and bye. And I give you a ring soon. Okay.